Another NASCAR silly season domino has fallen as Daniel Suarez has signed a contract extension with Trackhouse Racing and will return to the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing in 2025. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty major breaking news as it has officially been announced that Daniel Suarez will return to Trackhouse Racing in 2025 and will drive the 99 car once again in the 2025 season. Here's a statement from Trackhouse Racing. Trackhouse Racing announced today that driver Daniel Suarez and Freeway Insurance will return to the 99 Chevrolet racing team for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season, marking their 5th season together. Suarez scored a second career Cup Series win on February 25th at Atlanta Motor Speedway while flying the Freeway Insurance colors and earning the 32-year-old Monterrey, Mexico driver a playoff berth and the opportunity to race for a championship this fall. Freeway will be the primary sponsor of the number 99 Chevrolet for 1/3 of the 2025 season, including the Daytona 500 and the NASCAR All-Star Race. Everybody at Trackhouse Racing is pleased to continue the relationship with Daniel and Freeway Insurance, says Justin Marks, whose team is in its 4th year of competition in the Cup Series. Daniel has been vital to this team and its culture since the first day. Freeway joined that same year, and we have all continued to grow together, and we will continue in 2025. Suarez, who won the 2016 Xfinity Series title, said he is pleased to continue his association with Trackhouse Racing and Freeway Insurance. Trackhouse is home to me, and I have enjoyed every minute I have been here since Suarez became the first Mexican driver to win a Cup Series race when he dominated the race at Sonoma Raceway in June 2022. We plan to keep working, growing, and winning more races. We can only do that with the support of my amigos at Freeway Insurance. They have backed me for the last several years, and we have grown closer with their customers and employees. This is not a shock and surprise. Daniel Suarez, there's been a lot of talk and conversation that he was expected to sign a contract extension with Trackhouse Racing and return to the team for 2025. One thing that was not noted in the press release today is we don't know how long the contract extension is going to be for Daniel Suarez. Could it just be a 1-year deal where he's in the 99 car, or is it going to be a multi-year deal? That is a pretty big question. My guess is it's only a 1-year extension. I think a big reason for that is we'll get to in a second. But Daniel Suarez has obviously had a decent year so far. He did get that win at Atlanta Motor Speedway earlier this year. We were kind of waiting on the contract to get done. When is it going to get done? When is it going to get done? Well, we finally got the contract done today. And I'm glad to see that Daniel Suarez is returning to Trackhouse Racing in 2025. Now, next year is going to be a make or break year for Daniel Suarez once again, because I think next year will be another contract year for him, because I think you look at what's going on in the lower series. We know Trackhouse Racing just signed Connor Zilisch to Junior Motorsports for 2025, and if Connor Zilisch does a really, really great job next year in the 88 car, and we don't see Daniel Suarez improve a lot, I would not be shocked or surprised if Connor Zilisch is taking over that 99 car in 2026. But I think there's also a really good chance and possibility that in 2026, Daniel Suarez may be driving once again with Trackhouse Racing. Daniel Suarez has been with this team since the beginning, since they formed in 2020. They drove together in 2021. They had a decent year in 2021, got a couple top 10s. Then in 2022, like I mentioned, Daniel Suarez scored his first career NASCAR Cup Series win. Last year was a little bit of a down year. Well, last year, he didn't get a win, but he had some decent consistency at times. And this year has been a little bit of a down year for him. But I think Trackhouse Racing across the board has been down in performance. Ross Chassain's only had 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s so far this year compared to previous years, where Ross Chassain was a championship contender. And there's a chance that Ross may not make the playoffs in 2024, judging by the pace and speed he's been showing as of recently, unfortunately. But I think it's the right decision to bring Daniel Suarez back for 2025. They've been committed with him, and he just picked up the NASCAR Brazil Series win. He's the first driver ever in NASCAR Cup Series history to win in 3 separate international series in a year. Won the Cup Series race at Atlanta, won the NASCAR Mexico Series exhibition race at the Busch Clash weekend, and then, of course, like I mentioned, won the NASCAR Brazil Series. This is absolutely huge. So what does this mean for the rest of silly season with Trackhouse Racing? Obviously, they are expected to expand to a 3-car operation in 2025. We believe that Shane Van Gisbergen is going to get that 3rd seat with Trackhouse Racing. Shane has been having a really, really great year this year calling racing. Got 3 wins so far, those coming at Sonoma, Portland, and of course at Chicago. And let's be real, he should have won his Circuit Americas earlier this year in the Xfinity Series. But he's also had a car that's been capable to win some Cup Series races, including at the Chicago Street Course, and had a really good car at Talladega as as well. And we do know that he's making some more starts in the 16 cars, going to be racing at Watkins Glen, going to be racing at Daytona, racing at Las Vegas. He's got some races coming up, but I think Shane Van Gisbergen is going to be in the Cup Series full-time in the third car next year. We are expecting that to be announced in the coming weeks potentially, and it probably will be a multi-year deal for SVG. Another big question surrounds Zane Smith. We've been hearing a lot of chatter and rumors that Zane Smith could stay with Spire potentially for next year, but a lot of the chatter right now is that Justin Haley is going to be going to the number 7 car for Spire Motorsports next year. Corey LaJoie might take over a seat there. And then obviously Zane Smith, we know there's talk of Sam Mayer going to the third front row seat, but many people do believe that Zane Smith may in fact end up getting the third front row seat in 2025, which would make a lot of sense. But going back to Daniel Suarez, this is absolutely the right decision to keep him around. I know some people disagree, and that's fine and understandable, but Daniel Suarez, I think, is a talented race car driver. We've seen what he's been able to accomplish. We know he's done some good stuff in motorsports. He was the first Latin champion to win a NASCAR championship, the first champion from Mexico in NASCAR's top 3 divisions. He's won races in all 3 series as well. He got that win at Phoenix in 2016 for KBM, Kyle Busch Motorsports, and Kyle Busch. And you just think about everything that Suarez has been able to do. He's got a chance to even make it on points this year, though, like I said, he did get that win in Atlanta and that great finish between him, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney. But going back to this is the right decision and right call. But like I mentioned earlier, 2025 is going to be a pretty big make or break year for Daniel Suarez. He is going to have a good season if he's going to stay at Trackhouse Racing long term. Like I mentioned with Connor Zilic, I think there's a really good chance he's going to be in the Cup Series in the next few years. We know he wants to be the youngest NASCAR Cup Series champion ever. And I think that Suarez, keeping himself at Trackhouse, he knows that he needs to step up a little more. He needs to perform a little bit better if he's going to stay for many years down the road with Trackhouse. But this has been the team that's been committed with him for many, many years. And Pitbull, of course, you think about Pitbull and his association with the team. He's done a lot of great things with the organization, helping them grow a little bit as well. So with the Daniel Suarez news, what does this mean for the rest of the silly season? Well, 23XI Racing, we know that they're expected to have 3 cars going into next year. Riley Herbst is expected to join the third 23XI car. I know Riley said he's not even close to being done. We think he's getting the third seat. We are expecting that Bubba Wallace is going to sign an extension with 23XI Racing here very, very soon. Like I mentioned, Justin Haley is the favorite for the 7 car currently at the moment. Corey LaJoie might be going to Rick Ware, but also could be moving down to the Truck Series potentially. There's a lot of big silly season moves that are expected to happen very, very soon. But again, I think for Daniel Suarez, he needs to contend for wins. He needs to make it on points next year to the playoffs and not have to rely on a win. I think making it on points is huge, and hoping that Trackhouse, with the money they're getting in from the Avenue Sports Fund, the hope is that with them bringing that money in, they can perform a lot better. So we'll see how they end up performing in 2025, but Daniel Suarez will be back with Trackhouse Racing in 2025. So that is going to be today's special breaking news episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my page as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your expectations for Daniel Suarez throughout the rest of 2024, and do you think he'll improve in 2025? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the reactions to Cup Series qualifying from Richmond, and also the Truck Series race review from Richmond as well. Then on Sunday, we'll have the starting lineup video for the Cookout 400, and we'll have the race review from the Cookout 400 as well. Then on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days, and then probably on Tuesday, we may have the entry list video. So we'll see what happens, but a lot of great content dropping very, very soon. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.